Hey everybody, it's Nancy with Dadgum Darling, and today we are going to be making a custom wreath for a very super special customer of mine. She sent me all the specs and everything she wants, so I'm going to show you the supplies we're going to be using, and then we'll get right to it, okay? And P.S. if you hear my dog snoring like Holly Hobbies does, I'm sorry. He's a big boy and he snores loudly. Anyway, we're going to make this a paint stick swag. So I'm using a 5-gallon stir stick here. And the base is going to be a Wreath mesh. I got it in this gorgeous shade of pink. It's more of a fuchsia. Not really fuchsia, but just pink, like bright pink. Okay. And she wanted disco balls. And let me tell you my disco ball fiasco, okay? Let's see if this is the one that has the problem. So I ordered 3 of these disco balls for her, and one of them came, of course it would be the last one I picked up, right? One of them came with a stem poked right through the center of it. Can you see that? I mean, you can really barely see it. But one of the stems from something that I ordered poked through the ball. And at first I was like, I'm going to get a refund for this, blah, blah, blah. And then I thought, you know what? I have to destroy it on one side anyway to put it in the wreath. So I'm just going to destroy it right there to put it in the wreath, okay? So I'm not sure how I'm going to attach it yet, either with... don't know if command adhesives are going to be the best to use, the cable tie mounts, or if I should just use a stem and do it that way. But whatever I feel like is most secure, that's how we're going to go. And then to go along with that, we've got I got 3 of these, but I'll just grab 2 real quick. Just like pampas grass. Woo! Party. Pampas grass. And then we've got some of these. I've got 3 of these. Aren't they so cute? They are gorgeous. I love them. Wish I'd have gotten like 6 of them. But anyway, they're adorable. They have this pearlescent finish on them. So, not really iridescent, but pearlescent. What else do we have? Oh, okay. This wreath will also have a cow ribbon on it. Isn't that gorgeous? This is RG ribbon. And all my supplies came from Craft Outlet, y'all. And one more thing I want to show you before we get started, and that is the big ribbon. She is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And she wasn't overly expensive. I was shocked. But look how gorgeous this is. This is a 4-inch pink velvet. Matches the pink color of the mesh. And it is a pink satin on the back. Isn't that gorgeous? I am absolutely in love with this ribbon. And I hope that we got some left over, girl. For real. Oh, there's one more thing. I made something myself just for the wreath because I had this ribbon and I thought, oh, this would be totally cute with it. I made a couple of these. Well, I made 3 of them. Each one has 2 twirly curlies on it. So I made 3 of these. So we'll have 3 placed throughout the wreath. And I believe that's it. Knowing me, y'all, I can't stay away from the flowers. We may sneak a flower or 2 in. But only if it doesn't look tacky. Oh, look what I just found. Hold on. Stop the presses. I forgot I had these. I don't know how many I still have. Look at that. Ooh-wee. We might use some of these too. Okay. Now, time to quit goofing off and let's get started on this beauty. I cannot wait until it's finished to see the reveal. Okay, let's go. Okay, one thing I didn't say that we needed was pipe cleaners. Hello. For this particular method, I'm going to be using on the paint stick swag. We'll need 11 pipe cleaners, 10 for our wreath base and 1 to be the hanger. Okay, and then this 5-gallon paint stir stick. I said I got everything at Craft Outlet. I got the stir stick at Walmart. Okay, because you can buy a pack of 3 of them for less than $2. So, where's my favorite pencil? Here it is. The very first thing you're going to do, I can kind of eyeball right here. This is an 18-inch mat, so I've got my paint stick centered in the mat. So I want to just, let me scoot it down just a little more. Alright, so what we want to do is mark off the very center. Okay, and that would be at 9 because 18 divided by 2 is 9, right? Okay. See, you do use math in the real world. Not much, but alright. And then we're going to go every 4 inches and make another mark. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Mark. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mark. Okay, and we're out of space that way, so we'll do it in the opposite direction. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Mark. And 1, 2, 3, 4, mark. Now, those marks are going to be where I'm going to place my zip ties. Okay. And once some of this stuff gets repetitive, I'll show you how to do the very beginning of it, and then I'll sort of fast forward through it for y'all, so you don't have to watch me do this over and over and over and over again, because that's not fun. Okay. While my hot glue gun is heating up, we're just going to start wrapping this baby, and I don't know why, but I always start in the center every single time. No rhyme or reason to that, I just do. And I leave 2 out that way and 2 out this way. Now, there is a possibility, if I don't like the thickness of this, I will go back and add more mesh. So, but one thing I like about this wreath is that you only need 10 pieces of mesh to get started with. You know, like I said, if you want to make it thicker, you can go back and add more mesh, but not necessary. It's gonna be thick, but sometimes I like mine to be a little boofy in the middle, you know, have a little junk in the trunk, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's get these on here, and we're just following every one of those little lines that I marked off. I put 2 good twists in there, and they're not going to go anywhere because we're about to hot glue them in. So they are most definitely not going anywhere. Okay, 2 more to go, and then we'll put. I'll show y'all how I put the hanger on. You know, you can do however you do your hangers, but I'll show you how I like to do mine. Because I don't like my hanger to be seen from behind the wreath, like poking up above the wreath. You know, I want the back of it to be at this high. Okay, so now that I've got all these done, is she hot? Are you hot, baby girl? Yeah, she should be hot by now. Alright, so we're just going to go, and I'll just place a little glob right in the center, let it flow over to either side, and your pipe cleaners are not moving anywhere. They're staying right where you put them. My husband's in the room behind me watching a movie, so if y'all hear machine guns or whatever, you know that's all it is. Okay. Now, here's the part where we're going to fast forward through because we have to wait for the hot glue to dry, and I apologize. Okay. Still kind of soft. I think it's okay to flip it over. Alright. Now, it's mostly dry. I'm impatient. What we're going to do is flip it over. And since I want my hanger to be a little bit lower so that you can't see it behind the wreath, I'm going to take it and slide it underneath that first set there. Okay? And just twist it on. Give it, 2 good twists. And then you will take it at the top like so and just take, I don't know, about 3/4 of an inch or so, and I like to twist those together really, really well so they're not coming undone. Unless this thing weighs 300 pounds, which it's not going to because I'm not shipping it. Okay? And then I fold it back over, kind of wrap it around the rest of the little hanger you just created. And see that? We've got a nice little hanger that we created. And I do go back in and add a little hot glue here. Boop. So that we know our hanger's not going to slide. And I like to just put a little bit right here so that little piece doesn't come apart. Okay. Now, again, cue the Jeopardy music. Let's wait for it to dry. Actually, the next step is going to be cutting the mesh. So, let me tell you what we need while that's drying. Okay, so we've got 10 pieces here. I'm going to cut about 10 20-inch pieces. I don't roll them out and measure them. My rotary cutter is like dead right now. I've got to get a new blade. So I'm going to cut them with scissors. I'm just going to pull them up about an arm's length and cut it that way. Okay, so let's set this right over here where it can just continue to dry. There we go. It's nice and safe over there. And let's open up this beautiful mesh. Okay. This is breeze mesh. It has a different feel to it. It's sturdier, that's for sure. It's not poly burlap. It's not deco mesh. It's kind of somewhere in the middle, I don't know how to explain it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my hand, pull up a little piece here. I know you can't see it, it's off camera, but I just pulled it up about to the top of my head. Let's see how long that is. So that's 18, that's around 20 inches, okay? So, perfect. Just kind of pull it up to around the top of your head. If your arms are about my size, I'm 5'4". So, this will work fine. I will need 10 pieces of this size. I just looked at the camera flipping out because I was like, oh my god, I forgot to hit record. No, I didn't. Oh my gosh. I've done that before though. Oh, I'm not the only one either. I've seen other videos where women forgot to hit record. Or men. Whoever. Whoever's making the wreath forgot to hit record. Anywho, we'll fast forward to the rest of this for y'all. Mesh is cut. Now, what comes next? The next part is going to be folding the mesh and putting it onto the wreath base, which is super simple. Okay, y'all can do this. I wanted to show you all these cute little things I made. And this wreath will have one on it too, my customer. Not that one. That one was crooked. These. I made these little tags. They're wooden. But I'm going to put them on the front of every one of my wreaths in a little inconspicuous spot so that everybody knows that's a Dadgum darling wreath. Isn't that Dadgum darling? That is so cute. I just, I wish now I had done it with the periwinkle background, but I had to use scrapbook paper, and you know, you gotta use what you got, right? Okay. Alright, so let's get started here. We're gonna bring our paint stick back down, and everybody loves glue strings, right? Right. Yeah, let me get those glue strings off. Come on, glue string. Get up there. Alright. So, I'm going to do the ruffle method for this one because, in my opinion, it provides a bigger poof, and I want a bigger wreath. Alright? So, with the ruffle method, you're just going to take it and take your mesh, leave it rolled up, pull it out, and fold under that first inch there at the bottom. Okay? Only got to do about an inch. And then you are just going to start scrunching right up the middle. And you're going to end up with a big fan looking piece of mesh. Once you get close to the end, what I like to do is just kind of measure it back out to another inch right there on the end, hold my finger on it, and ba-boom. And see, that makes such a huge piece of mesh. Okay, so we're going to go ahead in on this side, and switch direction. I'm just going to kind of put it like this for now. You can spin these things around and move them in whichever direction you want them to go. And plus you'll have all this extra, all this for your ribbons and stuff that you're going to be using. Yeah, we're definitely going to need to do them side to side like this because I still got to fit another one on this side over here. So they'll be like this. That's how it's going to look. Okay? Let's go through and do another one together. Just one. Alright. Take your rolled up mesh. Unroll just a little bit there. Fold down about an inch. Okay. Try to smash it down. It won't stay. Okay. And then scrunch straight up the middle. This is a very common technique. Most people know about it. So I'm not teaching anything new here. Okay. I think my puppy is at the door. Hold on. Let's see. Let's get this in here first. 1, 2, 3. Do y'all count like that in your head like I do? Ugh, it drives me crazy. Let me check and see if my dog wants in. Oh, I heard you. That's my little Yorkie Maggie. She's got to see what Mama's doing and then keep on going because she hates my craft room. All the odd little noises that things make, like zip ties, or the, you know, that thing that pulls the trigger thing that pulls zip ties tight. Just the noise of clipping zip tie, anything. She hates it. Poor baby. So, she just cruises in and checks on me every now and then. And pouts until I come out. Unroll this one some more. Alright. Now. There we go. We've got 1 inch left on the end. Making sure it's good and even. We'll go in here up to the next one. And now at this point, I'm pretty sure y'all can tell what I'm doing, right? Okay, because I'm not going to bore you to death with doing this whole thing. And in order to save memory on my phone, I'm going to hit pause, do the rest of these real quick, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so all it'll be is like a, and just like that, she's done. Okay, now, this is what I was talking about. This is the top right here. This is going to be the bottom. So, my girl's a little skinny. I want her looking more like Marilyn Monroe. Okay, so I'm going to take the excess mesh that I have, and I'm going to give her some hips. That's kind of how I think of it. I'm going to add some girth right here to the wreath. Okay, and let me show you guys how I do that. I still have a pretty good bunch of wreath or of mesh left, so I need to determine if I should use green wire. Probably green because it can hide better. Yeah, we're going to use green wire to do it with. Alright, so I'm going to be using some green floral stem. Let me lay it right here. There, y'all see that? There's my green floral stem. Okay, that's what we're going to be using to add this on with, and I'll just sit her right there. So let's cut off another piece like we did before. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the whole counting thing. All right, and then we're going to make another piece, just like we did the rest of them. Straighten her out here at the end because she's wanting to be a diva. Okay. Now, so we've got another one of these, and what I did not do was trim that floral wire. Let me cut it in half because we don't need all this. We just need half of it. So, it's 18 inches long. So we'll cut it about right there. Okay. Now, we're going to take our floral wire, okay, and wrap it. Let's see, this is going to be the underside, so we're going to wrap it from this angle. Alright, so we're going to wrap it around, and the goal is not to see this, okay, and then just twist it up. And I like to take my floral wire once I've got it put together like that, twist it on the top. I'll just twist it all the way down, and that gives us a stem to put in there to add the girth with, okay? So now here, let's see which side was the top. That was the top. Sorry for the angle, but I have to see what I'm doing. Okay. So we're going to bring this around kind of to the side, so that it goes in like so, okay? And about halfway, where do I want to go? Yep, about right there. So I'm going to put hot glue on this baby. You know, if for some reason it's too long or whatever, we'll have to go back and trim it off, but hopefully this is just the right size. So where did I say? About right here. Okay, so I want to go in right here where it's kind of hidden. Perfect. Now, see that? She's already getting a little swirl. Okay, so I'm going to take that. I'm going to do that 3 more times. I'm going to do one here, one here, one here, and one here. And I think that should be just enough to give her a little extra something that she needs, okay? And again, I'll pause through this part so I don't bore you to death. Okay, y'all, that's how it's done. Look at that. She went from little Babam to Miss Vavoom. Love it. Absolutely love it. There's just something when you add this extra on the outside of your swags, you have more room to let your ribbon flow. And I love to cascade my ribbon. That is just, it just makes it beautiful. What is my next step going to be? Let me make that decision real quick. Obviously, it's probably going to be starting with that giant pink ribbon and the other ribbon, because pretty much before you can put anything else in, you have to get that cascading ribbon in and situated where you want it to be. And you could either, if you don't want to cascade it, you could just make tails with it. But let's go ahead and get those supplies ready and get started on the super fun stuff. I can't wait. Okay, so got our ribbons ready to work with, and now it's about the time I get nervous because this ribbon is a beast to work with, but we're going to tame it. We're going to try our very best, and I'll be caught on camera. We're also going to add in this one. It's not my favorite fabric, but the customer likes this harlequin, so let's roll with it, okay? Not sure how I'm going to work it in just yet, but we'll figure that out as we go. So let me move this on over here, and I'm going to pull out my bow maker, or my faux maker. It is a faux Amazon bow maker. I got this one on Amazon for like 10 bucks. Yeah, so it does the same thing all the other ones do, right? And Keely actually taught me a trick. If you want to just pull your ribbon on a roll, let me grab one real quick and I'll show you. Okay, I got it right here. Hang on. No, good. Okay, so Keely taught me this trick, alright? I don't have one of those little fancy stands, you know, that holds all your ribbon and keeps it so you don't have to drop it on the floor. So, she told me, she didn't tell me, she told everybody, put a dowel in the center, ba-boom, ba-boom. It's not going anywhere. There's your ribbon. Isn't that cool? So, we'll see how well it works. This is the first time I'm trying it. Okay, I don't know how well it's going to work on a 4-inch, but the 4-inch may have to drop to the floor. But let's see. This has some orange glitter on it from whatever I was working on last. I'm going to tell y'all the handiest tool I have at my craft table is this right here. It's a paintbrush. Clean, 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 sweep, sweep, sweep. I have to have a clean workspace, even though you wouldn't know it by looking at my board, but it is actually cleaned off. It's got to be clean. I can't stand a nasty mess, like working on top of last wreath's leftovers. That's not happening. So, okay. Shall we pray? Okay, I'm just kidding. But maybe just a little. Go ahead. Let's see. Now, tails. Oh, it's hard with the 4-inchers and the tails. I'm just going to go with what I think will hang right over here to the edge. And that's going to be about, let me look at my thing down here. That's about 10 inches actually. So, we're going to start off with the 10 inches. Hey, my little rolly thing is working. All right, I love it. And then we're going to flip. And we are going to fill this puppy up. Now, this is going to be the cascading bow, but it is also going to be the main bow on the top of the wreath. So, it's going to serve two purposes. And when you twist these and you try to come back out the other side and flip them around, boy, They're kind of hard to work with sometimes. Okay, now we're probably going on out to 6 inches on that one, on that side. So, I mean, 12-inch loops, 6-inch loops, whatever y'all want to call it. The big one. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and twist again here in the center. I have hot glue stuck in my fingernails. That is the worst thing. But if you wear acrylics, it peels off pretty easily. And you can't feel it when you get burnt. Not that I would know. Not that I have the scars to prove it or anything. Okay. And now let's, oh, we're stuck in our mesh here. Never enough room on my table. Alright, so let's come back over here and try to make another loop about the same size. And we're just going to use these 2 loops right here for the top. Now the bow itself, or the ribbon itself, is going to cascade all the way down the wreath. But I cut that off and do that as a separate process. You won't notice it, but it is actually a separate process. Well, let me make sure these 2 loops are the same size, because I would just die if I got them on there and they weren't. This one's a little bit larger. Let's bring her down some. Now, let's check her out. She's still big. You know what it is? It's the faux maker, because one of these, I swear, does not, like, the measurements are off or something. So I usually go by eyeball. And that little trick there where you can, you know, put them up next to one another, make sure they're the same size. Even though this is a big, fat 4-inch ribbon, it is not as hard as I thought it was going to be to work with. So that's good news. So I'm going to cut it down a little bit longer than I need it to be, so I can roll the ends up. Now, if you want to dovetail this, you can. But, I mean, y'all, this is a gorgeous double-faced ribbon. Roll it up. Roll it up, roll it up. So make it look pretty. Show off that prettiness. That's what I like to do, anywho. Okay. And when I'm doing such massive bows, I zip tie each level of the bow, because I don't want to lose my ribbon. I do not want to lose my ribbon. I would cry. And then have to go and start on all that work all over again. Nobody's going to know that you zip tied every single one of these together. Except you. Okay. I don't know what my husband is doing out there. Good Lord. Sorry about the banging, y'all, if you hear it. Okay. Now, just pull that one tight. And ba-dink. Now, the question of the day is, no, I have a different pink ribbon I might be able to use. I've got a really pretty guest ribbon that would go cute on here. Never mind. Okay, so this is going to be layer 1, okay? Here's our cute layer 1 bow. We'll just sit it right there. And then we're going to use this cow print for the second layer. And that probably will be all that's on there. And we're going to have lots of other ribbons coming out. Well, we may have one more go up there. I don't know. Let me pull it in just a minute and look at it. Let's go ahead and make this loop first. Now this one can be dovetailed, or it can be angle cut. Really up to you. But I'm going to keep the tail about 10. Let me cut this end off. Come on. Alright. It's up to you. You know, which way you want to do it. I'm going to dovetail it. Linen separates real easy. This is not linen. So we're going to dovetail it. Okay. Yep, that's cute. Alright. So we're going to do her about 10 inches. Maybe. Yeah, that'll look fine. Alright, and then I don't want these loops to be quite so massive, because when you make massive loops with these smaller ribbons, they look funny, to me anyway. So we're going down to about a 5-inch ribbon, a 5-inch loop, should I say. Okay, spin out thingy. Oh, I took the whole darn thing off. Look at me. I'm completely forgetting what I did over here with the thing. Duh, Nancy. I forgot I have my new toy. My new doll toy. Okay. Habit. We are creatures of habit. Now, there we go. Got it over. Okay. And that one needs to be smaller. I can see right off the bat. Just pull it down. Let's see. I have to fluff as I go because I just need to see what it's going to look like. So let me pull these two up and make sure that they're even. Now this one looks a little bit bigger. So pull it in just a hair. Just a sketchy hair. Okay. And trim that tail over here. Come back and dovetail it shortly. And let me roll all this extra back up real quick without tearing my wreath apart or my bow apart. Sorry, y'all. Perfectionist. Not perfectionist, I don't know. I'm weird like that. Okay, now it all just unraveled again. Okay, so let's get another zip tie. We're going to zip tie this little baby together. Now, I want to put another one on top of this. I've got some fair silk. It is pink. It is the right color pink. It's got green on the back. Or I've got some Guess ribbon that is light pink with darker pink stripes. So I'm going to hit pause on the old camera here and go check out those ribbons in just a second so we can decide which one we want to use for the very top. There's fuzz on it already. Okay. This is just too cute. What a cute idea. Okay. Now, get off there. Okay. Okay, so far, she's looking like this. This is our bow. Let me go grab a couple of other selections to choose from. Be right back. Okay, oh boy, I wish I could do a live poll for this one because I just don't know. I'm going to pull this back so y'all can see it. Okay, so that's kind of what she's going to look like right there. Alright, can you see this ribbon on her? Hey, hold on. Oh, this is it. This is going to be it. This is going to be it. This one is not green. It is not green. Oh, thank goodness. This is a different, I don't even remember ordering this. Lenore Arnold designer ribbon. Okay, great, Lenore. We'll go with it. Okay, so the original inspiration piece has this color in it as well for a different ribbon. So this is a Dupioni, but it's got a super amazing wire in it. So we're not going to have any of those Dupioni wire problems, okay? Or the Dupioni shedding or any of that stuff. We'll roll it up just like we did with the velvet. The other option, I'm going to go ahead and show y'all. This is a Guess ribbon, and it's gorgeous, but it is hard to work with, y'all. I'm not kidding. And I just don't know if I could see it on this wreath with the disco balls and the black and the pearlescent and all that stuff. I just don't think that's going to work. So we're gonna go with the first one that I had in mind. And you know, I just go with your gut. That's what I want to do. This gas ribbon is so thick, I can't get a freaking pen through it, y'all. It's insane. Okay, so let me add this pink ribbon up here on my little ribbon stacks. Keely didn't say how high it could be. We'll see how high it gets before it topples over. Let's do a 3-loop bow for the center. So we'll do a 2-2-3. And like I said, Dupioni is notorious for ruffling, unraveling. So we're going to just fold those ends up, just like we would on a velvet ribbon. You'll see what I'm doing? Yeah, okay. So I'm just folding them up 1, 2. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3rd fold because why not? I did on the other ones. Okay. So now let's make a 3-loop. And the reason for the 3-loop is just to give a little dimension to this bow. Okay? And we might even finish off the center with this. So let's do 10-inch tails. I don't know why I'm doing all the tails the exact same length, but I am. And really, you know, this ribbon, I did it backwards, hold on. This ribbon is the same on either side. Well, no, it's not. You can kind of tell the difference. Because this is the side I need, hold on. It is the same on either side. Well, I need this side on the outside, okay? I know that much. So, that's the inside. There we go. Now. Okay, and we're going to bring our little loop size in. Good bit. Ah, Keely, you're a genius. If you ever see this video, you're a total genius with the dowel. What a great idea. If you didn't invent it, take credit for it. It was totally cool. Okay, now, I'm just glad I could share it because I'm sure there's lots of other people like me who screw it up all the time, dropping bows all over the floor and everything else. Okay, and we're going to do one more loop here for a 3-loop bow. Just to confuse you. Why not? Y'all are going 3-loop bow. Hold on. Your tails are going to be on the same side. We can fix that. I can hear my puppy in there dreaming. He's not a puppy. He's 7 years old. He's a baby. He weighs as much as I do. He's a big boy. His mama's big boy. He's in there running and playing in his sleep. His name is Peter. Okay, this is going to be so cute. Okay, so let's pull her down and give me room to roll up about 3 lengths. Alright, now, I do need to put pins back in those. Alright, and one more zip tie for this level, and then we'll zip tie all the levels together. Okay. Pull it up off our board. Tighten it up. Now, when I put them all together, I'm going to pull this cell back over to the other side so you won't know that they were different to begin with. And like I said, it just gives a little extra dimension to the bow. We will need another pipe cleaner though, so I need to go grab that here in a minute. And then we'll just kind of spread these out in sort of a, you know, little triangular fashion. You roll this up. 1, 2. Ouch. I'm going to have to cut those off. That could be dangerous. And 3. Let me snip off this extra wire so nobody gets hurt. Wire cutters don't cut fabric, just so y'all know. Alright, now, okay, have no idea where that flew to. Okay, so here's our main bow. What do y'all think? Cute, right? I know. Okay. I'm trying to stick with using only my Barbie pink ribbons with this, or my Barbie pink pipe cleaners. So, well, let's leave that up there so I can show y'all how to put this together. Next thing we're going to do is take one zip tie. I wish I had a bigger, fatter zip tie. Actually, I do. Oh, don't leave that knocked over. One sec, let me grab a bigger zip tie. Alright. We are going to layer 1 and 2 together. And then we're going to take big honka number 3. And if you just kind of line them up right at the zip ties that you put around them all, that would be perfect. Okay. And you're going to take your big zip tie that we just got and bring it around town. Y'all have to remember, if y'all have kids like I do my age, having to watch that episode of SpongeBob 100 times where he would bring it around town. Okay. Let's go in right through the back. This is how we're going to attach it to the base. Now go ahead and pull her tight. Perfect. Now, I like to get it just as good and tight as I can. I have, where'd it go? It's right here. I have this little guy right here. I've probably already pulled it as tight as I can. But I can't click it because it scares Maggie. You know we can't be having Maggie scared. Okay, now, let's see, hold on, because, now, let's go back and fluff her up. It's really a gorgeous bow, it's turned out pretty. I want to put a pink right through the center there. Let me get this thing out of the way. Come on, girl, you in my way right now. Okay. What I would like to do is just take a little piece of this pink here and wrap it around the center. Okay. Some people fold it in half. Some people do this. Some people do that. Let's see what I'm going to do. I think I'll do it like this. Okay. I guess hot glue would be required to do this. Not much though, because you'll be able to see it if you are not careful. And don't burn yourself either. I don't know where I got this ribbon from. I could have sworn it was fair silk. So I don't know. I like it. I mean, it's a luxury ribbon. I can tell that much. So, fine with me. Alright, so now I'm just going to take this, put it right over that zip tie so you don't see our mechanics. We want to hide all the work that went into this. Right? Okay. Put some hot glue down. Again, we go in for that weighting process. Let's see if that's enough hot glue to catch this side too. Might be. Oh, I think it is just enough to catch both sides at one time. So, Jeopardy music, 1 minute. Definitely want to wait for that to dry all the way. Okay. All right. So now, look how cute it turned out to be. This is the main bow. What do y'all think? Adorable. Okie dokie. So let's get, let me pause real quick so I can put some pins back in some of this ribbon. Alright, so now that we've got our pretty bow done, it's time to put her on her mama wreath. So, I'm not trimming off all this excess, all these excess pipe cleaners just yet because we may be using them to put in extra tails or who knows what. You know, just don't trim them off until you're sure you don't need them anymore. Okay. And this is always my least favorite part. It's so hard to wrap through these things. Okay, so up top we go. Let's see if I can find a dividing line here. Somewhere. There it is. Okay. Let me find the same dividing line on the other side. Not always very easy to see, y'all. This one, aha. See, that one had gotten stuck. There we go. Now, well, that puts the darn bow at the whole top of the wreath. Hang on. That ain't gonna work. Let me see something. Let me just see something. No, that's not gonna work. Okay. Wrong dividing line. Let's go down one more. Alright, there we go. This one I'm looking for here. Right here is where I want the bow to be. I just want to have a good grip on the back of it. I know y'all probably can't see what I'm doing, but sometimes it just happens that way when you're making a wreath on camera. Okay, now let me flip her around. Now, y'all see what I did? I had my initial dividing line did not include all this stuff, so we need that on top. Let me make sure she's centered pretty well. She just needs a little twist. There you go. Now, perfect. Okay, and I'm gonna just twist her up tight, tight, tight. And I know if you pull your bow down too tight, it'll sink it in, but this one, I pulled her down tight and she's doing pretty good, so I'm happy with it. Let me flip her over. This is what it looks like from the back. A bunch of excess junk here. You know how the end of mesh tends to come off, like the very outer edge? Drives me bananas. Okay, I'm going to trim off that. And just so we're being extra cautious, that's what we're going to do. We're going to wrap this around. You thought I was going to hot glue. So did I. I probably still will. I just want to wrap this around first. Now just a little bit of hot glue up and down, up and down. We don't want that bow falling off. And there's enough mesh now on here to protect it from the table. So, I may at some point move this up to the wall. I'm just not ready for that yet. Or up to the, actually I put mine on a door. I've got two easels. One of them blocks the freaking light. I'm like, duh, Nancy, how do you manage that? I made it myself. And I managed to block the light. But it's daytime, so, I mean, you should still be able to see. Okay, look how pretty she's looking, y'all. Look how pretty. I'm so proud of her. Now, the next thing I want to do is put in that cascade that I was talking about. So, and also let's start thinking about where we want these big behemoths to go. Maybe I got a little, little cray-cray here on the sides. I don't know. I think that'll go cute. That's gonna be cute. Cute, cute, cute. Actually, though, problem is I don't want to see the whole bottom of it. I could fill it in with silver paint, I guess, but that would look funny. So we may have to do little bows on our disco balls. I'm not sure. Because right here on the bottom where, you know, not every single disco ball can fit, there's white showing. But obviously I have every color paint marker under the sun. So we may be able to fix that. I don't know yet. Let's just go ahead and get started by working around that cascading ribbon. And I was trying to find my two pieces. There they are right there. I was going to use those to hold on to the cascading ribbon. So we'll start it from this side. We'll start from the, it'll be the wreath right, my left. And we'll angle it, and we'll angle it back down. And that's my favorite way of doing it. So, let's just kind of pull her out. And when I do this, I like to just take it, fold it in the center, fold it down some, back up again, down again. Gonna have a lot of folds on this one because it's a 4-inch. I don't have a pink rubber band here at the table with me. I got a clear one. Well, it's not clear, but it'll work. And I'm just going to rubber band it together. Just like so. See that? Okay, so we've got our little cascade started. Not the dishwasher kind. And I'm going to take it, okay, we're behind the bow here, and this is where I originally placed those two, not zip ties, what are these things called? Pipe cleaners. I can never remember what they're called, y'all. Never. I'm like, you know, the things we used when we were in kindergarten, made stuff with. Yeah, those. Okay, I'm going to trim off the excess from that, tying that one in, and y'all know what, because this is a luxury wreath for my luxury customer, we're going to hot glue it in there just a little bit. Okay, I just don't want anything falling apart. I would cry. Cry, cry, cry. This is so Barbie-licious. I love it. Okay, so now, because this ribbon is so big, it's going to be, there we go. I'm trying to keep everything on screen as much as possible for you guys, okay? And the reason I'm doing 3 diagonal cascades is for the 3 balls. So we'll have 1 ball here, one ball here, one ball here. Let's see, we need to go in about right here. With this one, I think maybe, let me find another set of twisty ties. That was kind of low. Do I have any higher? That was kind of too high. Well, what do I do? Let's see. I don't like how high that one is. We'll go lower. Okay. We're gonna go low. Da-da-na-na. Da-da-na-na-na. Okay. Getting low. Alright. Now, I know it looks like a hot mess right this second. Just hang on. Now, pull it back out so we can poof it some. Yeah, there we go. Now, see how we've got our little, looks more like a, oh, I don't know, more like a, oh shoot, what are those things called at a beauty pageant? Those things. See, it's still just not far enough over for my liking. Nope, nope, nope. Not gonna do it. It's got to be over here. So we may just have to do it in a different way. And that is that. And we can do that. That's okay. To see, I want it to come in down around here on the side. Yes. So how about this one? Let's see if we can get it. I don't know what the other one is, but this one itself might do the trick all by itself. Because remember, it's going to be hidden by other things. Okay. Let's see, did I even do anything just then? No. Oh. Let's try this. Let's just see what it looks like if we bring it back across. I mean, I want you to feel that diagonal move. Definitely want you to feel it. The shift. Yeah, it's got to come over further. Okay, so there's another way I do this. Not easy, but if wreath making was as easy as everybody thinks it is, then yeah, we'd all be wreath makers, wouldn't we? Okay. Since I've already wrinkled the ribbon, I'm going to do it right here. What we're going to do is take, as long as my daughter hasn't stolen it from my room yet, we're going to take some wire. And right now all I have handy is green wire. Doesn't matter, you're not going to see it. If I could like cut it with one hand, that would be fantabulous. Okay. So, let's take that ribbon. Make sure when you pinch your ribbon together that the outer edges are angled downward. Okay? And then we're going to take it and we're going to put that green, very thin floral wire on it. I'm not using the super thick floral wire this time, just the little stuff. And I'm going to wrap it up pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. Now let's see, do I want to make a pick and stick it in that way? Probably so. Yeah, I think that'll be easiest. So let me just keep wrapping it up, wrapping it. We're going to make a pick out of this little green floral wire. And it's time consuming, but it's got to be done. You got a customer, she wants something special, you're going to do it for her. Okay. And I ran out of one side, so we're just going to flip this one up here. And keep on wrapping around. And now just be ultra careful when you go to glue this in. Because glue is permanent on mesh, y'all. So when you go to glue this in, you want to make sure you get it right where you want it. So I want it right there. Okay? So I know right exactly where I want it. Try not to hold your hot glue gun over your mesh if at all humanly possible, because you can drop it all over your mesh, which I have done before. But I just dropped it on the table this time. Okay, so now we're going to stick that little impromptu pick there inside the mesh and just give it a minute to dry. Give it a minute to dry before you start tugging on it again, because I kind of like smash it together and make sure everything's touching, you know. You don't want everything to... See, these would be perfect to put the balls from. I may end up cutting them all off and not even using them. The one thing I've never worked with before, y'all, is pampas grass. And I'm not... I may have to stop and watch a video for this one. Like how to install pampas grass. I really don't know. I'm not afraid to try. Okay, so we're probably going to have to do the same thing down here at the bottom. Let's just pull our ribbon on out. And what I like to do here is bring it back to the opposite side. Find a little spot to put it in and give it a tail. Now I do happen to have a spot right here to put it in, because I'm going to give it a tail. Okay. Well, at least I got to use some of my little twisty ties here. Alright, I've got that twisted in so well, it's not going anywhere. Okay. More excess. Alright, now, y'all see that? You see we've got our diagonal cascade going on there, and then we're just going to bring this one down here. And remember, we need to roll it up, so we're going to cut it a little bit long. Not too long. We don't want it hanging 3 feet off the wreath. So 1, 2, and 3 for good measure. Now, I think it's time for me to move this sucker on up, so y'all can really see what we're working with. So give me a minute. I'm going to get the camera all moved around, and we're going to work on this from a different angle. Okay, so we've reoriented just a little here, and I think we're going to go down. You see where we did the cascade with the 4-inch ribbon? We're going to go down here. Right on top of it was a cow print. She specifically liked the cow print. Even though I've got the harlequin, I'll use it as tails in other, like maybe right up here with some of the black pampas grass, etc. And we'll go from there. So let's get started. Okay. And there's a mosquito in here, so if I start slapping like crazy, there's nothing wrong with me. It's just a mosquito. I tried to get him 100 times. I don't know how he got in here. But we're going to get rid of him when we can. Now, the way I do this ribbon is just like I did before. Don't know how much of this you can see. because that you have to turn your camera sideways for YouTube. So, yeah, it's a pain in the booty. Alright, so we are going to just take a little dab of hot glue, put it here on the top, and yes, hot glue will pop your rubber band. So don't put hot glue on the rubber band, okay? Just put the hot glue on the excess ribbon part up at the top so that it will stay in where you are trying to place it, okay? And in this case, we want it to run behind this big old bow. So we're just going to put it there and hold it down with our finger and pull it right back out. Don't do that. Hold it and then quit pulling. And I promise y'all I'll try to fast forward through some of this stuff where we have to hold and wait. It's just that way. Now, are you going to stay this time? I think he's going to stay, but let's see. Let's see if he cooperates. Yeah. He just needed a good talking to. Alright, and now this one we're going to have to do the same way as we did creating our little pick. So we're just going to take some of this 26 gauge pull wire. It's real small, real thin, which makes it easy to wrap around and stuff. So, alright, so we wanted it to go. We want, remember, always to give it a little give. Give it some room to breathe a little bit. Okay, so we're going to ruffle her up there. Then wrap our full wire around. Okay, and just wrapping, twisting to create a thicker stem. Put it in with. Okay. Now, before you put hot glue on there, make sure you've got a good spot to, adhere it into. All right, because you want it to sit right in the center. Or you could do like me and just accidentally stick it in there by mistake. Let's see. We'll put it this way. It won't hurt. Just don't tell anybody. We just have to push this back in. Get on in there. There you go. Yeah. But do give a minute for the glue to dry, okay? I know it's so painful waiting on glue to dry, but it's one of the handicaps of this gig. She's going to be totally cute with some tails made from the, what's it called? The other print, harlequin. From the harlequin in pink, we're going to do tails from those. A little pink. Let me see if I ring that garbage can. I ring it. Okay. And I'm a dingling because I had another ribbon to put down here, and I cut it already. Oops. But you know what? There's another one right next to it. I wonder if I could get it around there. Let's see. What is it? There it is. I think I could. Let's see. Alright, so make sure you're giving her space to move, to breathe. And then get your little, there's a mosquito, I found him. Okay. Where's the other one? Come right here. Now, what I did is I'm bringing it in from the other side so that it's not cattywampus. Perfect. That worked perfectly. Okay, so now we're going to turn this one off and hope we don't need any more of it. Maybe not. I know my glasses are crooked, they stay crooked. Don't steal my hair. Get them in here. Okay, now let's trim this one off. Where are my scissors? Let's trim it off about it's a tad bit shorter. Okay. I can't stand ribbons flapping everywhere. Alright, so look at her. She's looking so pretty now. And it's so much easier to work when you have them up at this angle. Perfect. Need to move my garbage can over here. How's that? Let me look through the viewfinder. Time's up. Okay, I've got to pause my video because I have to go do something real quick. Okay, 1 minute, y'all. Okay, I'm back. I hate it when that happens. It's like you have to go do something and you have to stop everything you're doing. Okay, next up, we gotta figure out what to do with these balls, y'all. How to get them on here. Now, 100%. This is not coming off, this thingy right here. So I'm thinking about using this to actually attach it with. And my trusty wire. So I think that's going to be the best method. The question is, where's the best placement? Let's see, we need to trim off the tags. These are so cute. Okay, so we're going to take our 26 gauge wire. Y'all probably can't even see it on the screen. And we're going to feed it through there. And feed it through there. Trying to get it even. Okay, now I'm going to put this one right here. Okay, so while I was fooling around with this, 14 things happened. You know, my phone's running off the hook. Ugh, geez, all this stuff. But I was going to put this in with the 26 gauge wire. Well, it's not strong enough. I needed to use this. Okay, so by this I mean those things I can't remember, the pipe cleaners. So now we're going to have some mechanics to cover up, right? So that's what all that fun pampas grass is going to be for. Get off. Okay. I almost want to I'm going to, y'all, I worry. I'm a worry wart. I'm going to pop a little bit of hot glue back there to hold that whatever that thing's called. Yeah. The, pipe cleaner. Dang. Okay. So, we've got the one I want to use on top. That's the one I'm going to try to hide that little piece with. The little broken piece. So this one is going to go. I know it's cattywampus right now. That's because the weight scale is not even. Can y'all see that? Alright, let me quit fooling with it and just try to get these stupid things on here first. They're not stupid. I'm just trying to get them on here. Not easy. But some people make it look so easy. I'm like, what? Would you? Okay. So this should be enough to get this one on here with. For sure. And the reason I'm hanging them this way, we're going to cover that up, like I said, with a pampas grass and ribbons and la-di-da, whatever beads, is because down at the bottom, remember, we don't want to see that part, okay? I don't know if that's my hair or mesh. It's mesh. Okay. All right. I can't reach the garbage can, so it's just going to have to go right there. Okay, so this one right here, I'm literally tying it in right behind the ribbon. And I think this one that's hanging low over here, I mean, it may just have to be hot glued. I don't want to hot glue it, but these are heavy, y'all. So my shipping price is going to go. I might have to tell my customer, hang on. We're going to have to increase the rate just a little bit. I always offer free shipping to all my customers just because, you know, when I go to pay for something and I see that dreaded shipping rate, I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. But I know how to manipulate the system and how to manipulate the boxes to make everything fit, cut my boxes down so that everybody doesn't have to pay just way too doggone much for shipping. So if I hot glue that up like that and this like this, that would look better. Y'all, I'm nervous to do this, but I know it's going to look great. And I'm using Gorilla Glue. See, no lie, Gorilla Glue. Boy, I wonder where my customer lives. North Carolina. Okay, we're going to do it. We don't really have a choice if we want this thing to look right. You know? I'm just going to hot glue her to the ribbon. And the mesh, we'll just smash it in there. Alright, so here we go. Y'all pray for me. For real now. Sometimes I watch Emily on Wreath by Waldo, and she's like just steadily pouring hot glue on stuff, and I'm going, oh my God, what if you ruin it? But it doesn't faze her a bit, so we're going with the Emily attitude right now. Let's see what happens. I'm going to be standing here for a while, so I'll fast forward through that part. I still don't feel happy with the security of this. Let me tell y'all what I'm fixing to do. I'm going to put this little ball underneath this piece of ribbon to support the big ball. You won't see it, but it'll be back there supporting. And that's all it's going to do is just support the weight of the big ball. And that's all it's for. You know, I can't in good conscience just leave that dangling there and wonder, is it going to fall off one day when she slams her front door or what? So we're going to give her some backup. Perfect. Now, there's a little bit back up there to help keep that ball up. And this ball here is good. Whew, these balls. I may never agree to do another disco. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Now, this is the one where we gotta hide the back. I mean, actually, it's not that bad. If I could just glue on the missing piece. Oh, please. I can fix this. Famous last words. Okay. Boop. Hot glue everywhere. Fix that one. There you go, girlie. You are in your rightful place. And now this one just needs to go in her rightful place and we're done. I'm still going to put this on the back, but geez, I make a big deal over nothing. So we've definitely established that we want to attach these with, I'll put it on backwards. Oh well, it don't matter. We want to attach them with pipe cleaner, so let me grab a pipe cleaner. I'm having to scratch around the camera. Sorry, y'all. Alright. I'm so glad I had this colored pipe cleaner. I would have been in trouble had I not. Oh, look at that. Look. Ugh. Okay. Pipe cleaners. Let's talk about those. Now, let's take our tag off here. Alright. If I can ring the hole, we're going to do what I call putting the spinneroonie on it. Tighten it up just a little bit there. What is that one? There's one little white dot there. Okay. So I want this one to kind of go right up in here underneath this tail. Yes, sister. Yes, yes, yes. So I got an easy in right there. Problem's going to be getting it through right here. So let's see if I can do it. Easy in right here. But can you, girl, work miracles? Let's see. Probably not. Come on. There's too much mesh for it to go through. That may not be too much mesh to go through. Well, let's see. Come on. Go through for me, baby. Come on, come on. You went somewhere. I don't know where you went. Okay. Let me try to straighten it out so I can push it some more. Come on, go through. Go through. Oh, a ball. A ball. A ball. Hold on. This is for all those people who come up to you at craft shows and say, oh, I can make that myself. Go ahead. Go right ahead. See how long it is before you're back hollering. Alright. I got the hole right here if I could just feel the thing. Okay. Not an easy job, y'all. Not always the easiest job. But it's the funnest. There we go. Look at you, baby girl. Oh, Pete's whining. Alright, I got her in. And she don't need to be stuffed, glued, fluffed, nothing. She is in good position. I hope. I haven't seen it from the front yet. But we'll get to that in just a minute. Okay, and I'm just going to wrap those two ties back around the front. Like so. Okay. Now, there we go. There we go. I like this. Do be liking. Let me come up there. Let me see what you can see. Oh. Okay, so obviously we have a big hole on the left, but we'll fix that. That's no big deal. I like it. Okay, hold on. Pete needs water. Okay, bloop. Forgot to hit record. Next up, let me show you what I did. I took like about a 12-inch piece of the harlequin ribbon and a little too short piece of this pink ribbon, and I made some tails. And we're going to take these tails and put them right up here, and then we're going to have some black pampas grass coming up out of there. It's going to be so adorable. So let me get some hot glue on my tail piece and not on my rubber band. I love to do tails this way. It just makes it so much easier. Get this hidden down in here. There we go. And then we've got this this play on patterns. Got this gorgeous harlequin and against the black and white cow. I mean, it gives it a really fun, playful feel. That's what I see anyway. Right here, I'm thinking another large bow. I could do a bouquet of flowers, huh? Okay, chill out now, too. Don't get yourself all cray-cray. Where can we do these? I forgot about this. There's so many places. I'm going to have to turn those off to do those. But, alright. The black pampas grass. Okay. I have so many cords on the floor over here, y'all. It is a danger zone. As I was saying, I've never used pampas grass. Except for one tiny little piece of it. So, I have no clue what I'm doing. Wonder if my customer has faith in me. I hope so. I hope so. You know, everything can be undone and redone, though, so. The only thing I'm seeing about this is I don't like how long it is. It's like mega long. Is there a shorter piece on here we could use, perhaps? No. I mean, I can make it shorter. Just cut it and it will be shorter. for doing this, but let's see what happens. No. That might be a nightmare. Meh. What the heck? It's done. Let's see how much came off. Not too much. Okay. I like that better. Now, what I did, I cut that piece of pampas grass in half. And so now I have 2 pieces of pampas grass. I need more hot glue. Because it's just going to look too funky to have like a 6-foot long piece of pampas grass coming up out of there. No, it was about 10 inches long. It was just too long. Come on. Okay. So this one's going to go right up in here in the center. Out, that landed on my finger. On my finger, directly on it. Okay, and we'll use that other piece of pampas grass. I had to give her a haircut too. I'm going to pull it apart. No, I'm not. Jeez. Now, I am going to give her a little trimmy trim at the top so she doesn't look all straight across. There. Hold on. One more little trimmy trim. There. Let's see how that looks. If I put it up next to this piece. Oops. It's going to fall right back down. It has like glue on it. So, let's do that. Let's get some hot glue on it. And sort of feather it out some. And you'll never know Nancy went nuts with the scissors and cut my hair like my mom did when I was in elementary school. Okay. Well, let's see. Did y'all ever have that problem where your mama like cut your bangs and you looked crazy? Yeah, we did. Okay. I'm going to trim off one more piece to go right smack in the middle. Why did I not do that over the garbage can? Wonder what's wrong with you. Oops. Okay. So, to answer your question, yes, pampas grass can be cut. You will want to have a dustpan and broom nearby. Alright, we're going to put this one right smack in the center here. There we go. So we've got some little, kind of blend them together there. There we go. See how she looks through the viewfinder. She's cute. So cute. I think she needs some coming out from here and here. Also, well, let's also focus right here on this real quick. What I'm going to do, I'm going to have to step off camera to do it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take, well, I'll do it on camera. Just drop it on the floor. Alright, I'm going to take this ribbon and I'm going to make a single loop with it. Okay, a single loop with about a 5-inch tail, something like that. Okay, so we've made a single loop. Hopefully all this is on camera for y'all. Let me trim off the other side. And when you do this little single loop trick, one of the sides has to be flipped around. So don't forget to do that. Okay, so the back side, you got to flip it around to the front. Okay, and you do the little single loop. So now we've got a little loop. I probably should have dovetailed it first. I'll dovetail it later. And then we're going to do the same with this. I'm going to take one there. A little bit smaller loop. Actually not, because the ribbon itself is smaller, it's fine. And trim it down some. And now I need, what I need to pull it together with, maybe a baby zip tie. Yeah, I'm just going to pull it together with a little baby zip tie. And by baby, I mean a 4-inch zip tie. I hate working with 4-inch zip ties. I really don't do it all that much because they're tiny. So don't forget to spin that back one around and drop your zip tie on the ground like I did. Oh, jeez. Okay. You also have to have a way to attach this to your wreath. We may be able to just hot glue this one on. I think she'll hot glue it in pretty good. Okay. So, now we've made a focal piece. Let's trim our tails up. Let's see. This one needs to go this way. The only thing I can say about this pink ribbon is that it does come out with some seriously pointy, the wire comes out of it. I know, and I'm just clipping it everywhere. It's all over my floor. So be careful in here until I can sweep. Got hot glue all over my fingernails, which is okay because I couldn't feel it when it burned. Okay, I'll trim some dovetails now on these. Trying to keep all my garbage in one spot. I guess I could just move the garbage can over here. That would be logical, right? When am I logical? Let's be honest. Okay. Alright, garbage can, come here. Now, see, I knocked stuff over trying to do that. So I'm thinking this ribbon can actually just be hot glued on where we want it to go. And the majority of that is going to be in that big old space. I really do want to put some of these fuchsia flowers in there. I mean, her inspiration didn't have flowers in it, but the one she bought for me did have flowers in it. So, I mean, she likes flowers. She's a woman. Let's see. Alright. I'm taking a little creative license, right? Okay, so here's our tail. We work it in right here. Look how much space that takes up. Boom, boom. See if that's enough to hold that on there. Right in there. That's where I was going to go. We've still got let's see, we still have the iridescent beads. We've got to figure out where we want those to go. Yeah. I want to put some black pampas grass right here. Stay up there, baby. Okay. Now, I see, look. Okay. Let's grab some more of that pampas grass and come out from behind those doofers on the bow. Let me shade it up. Yeah, like that. That's a better shade. This one got a better haircut than my kindergarten haircut. Okay. I thought I ordered 3 of these because that could have gone horribly wrong. Okay. Now, so we're going to put a little coming out from here. It's got to be coming out at the right angle. Like it's got to have a purpose in life. Okay. Okay, well, we're not going real far with that. Give her a trim. Where's she at? What I'm trying to do is take off that blunt tip there. There. Okay, and we'll put another one on the opposite side. Cut this one over the, there we go. I'm not saying I'm not a fan of pampas grass. It's like I'm left-handed, y'all. I just don't know what to do with it. So we're just kind of figuring it out as we go. Now, obviously, I'll be sending her pictures of this, and if she's like, what is that? Then, okay, we'll fix it. But if she likes it, woohoo, that'd be great. Let's see. This little guy right here, I got 3 of these. And I'm trying to determine if I can keep them together or do I need to separate them. So there's different variations, sizes and colors, shades of pink, guys. And it's just so cute. Yeah, so it would be cute coming out of the top like that. Okay. Idea. Oh, I'm going to need the big boys. The big boys for this one. There they are. These are the big boy trimmers. Boy, I might need to go get my big boy. No, got it. Okay. Now, what if we do a little angle right here? We do it coming in at an angle. I love this. I mean, we may do one on the other side too, but I like that. Right, so let's do it. Plenty to go around and plenty to fill that spot. Okay. Here we go. We're going in behind the bow. think you're gonna have to hold her here. I hate it when that happens, but sometimes it's just how it is. Yeah, if you want it to stand up straight, you're gonna have to hold it. That other one on the top. I'll knock something over here. Oh, my craft room is a disaster waiting to happen. No, Maggie, no, go get under that. Go then. No, ma'am. My poor puppy dog tries to get under there. Yes. Okay. Okay, these are the swirly curlies I made. I'm not sure where I'm putting them yet. Just kind of trying them on. If I want this one right there, it's going to have to be turned down super short. So let's do that. It's got a little spinny action to it. Maggie, please, sweetheart, you'll get hot glue on you. Move, baby. She's mad at me. Okay. So I definitely want one here. Right in here. If you want to hang down, you hang up. Okay. And I think I want another one just to the opposite side of it to hide something right there. Right here. Yeah, we gotta have some hot glue right here. So that's how we're gonna do it. With more hot glue. Or pampas grass. We're gonna start with this one first and see how it goes. Okay, that's cool. Okay. I'm feeling like we need a few more pieces of the black just kind of coming out, and I'm only going to do the tips, not the funky haircut ones. So, I've got one tip here. in that area. And we want to get another tip. These need ironing. Okay. Maybe gonna do this little bit out from right here. I have to get the hot iron to that one, flatten it out some. Alright, let's do that on the opposite side. If I can reach it. Okay. Do a couple of these. Oh, I totally just figured out how to do that. Okay. Alright. Shake off all the excess junk. Okay. So we don't want them to be even Stevens. We don't want them to be there. Maybe one to be right here. Okay. I like that right there. Alright, I can put a few more pieces of that in. I think we're about ready to wrap this one up, y'all. I may put out some feelers on Facebook before I call it complete. I don't know. Yeah, but it definitely needs one there. Yes, perfect. I'm trying to decide if we need more ribbons or not. I mean, I don't think we do. Maybe a tail right here. Maybe a chicken tail. Oh, I know. Right there. Oh, and the flowers. I really want to do those flowers, y'all. Yes. There. Okay, y'all. I think it's done. It's hanging crooked, but yeah, that's no big deal. There. Oh, there. Yeah, it's done. I'm pretty pleased with her, the way she has turned out. I just hope my customer is pleased. That's all that really matters, right? Customer knows best. We're about to find out. I want to thank y'all for watching this long video, staying with me and hanging in there with me and screaming at me when I should have been doing something different. But y'all don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, please, so I can keep creating content for you guys. And I look forward to the next wacky creation somebody's going to have me make. See y'all next time on Dadgum Darling. Bye-bye.